Hello and welcome back to NSUSpartans.com. Ross Gordon joined by Miguel Davis as well as Rachel Gordon. Good night for the Spartans. They break the 8-game losing streak. Your final score 60-56 over Chowan in the second half. Chowan tried to make a little bit of a run, Miguel, but the Spartans did a good job of closing out the ball game.
Definitely, the Spartans did a good job. There was a lot of hustling today, Ross, and like I said, the defensive play on both sides of the ball was exceptional, and the NSU, these ladies, they fought really hard today, and they got behind a little bit early in the second half, but just from the hustle and just continuous effort on the defense, whether it was transitioning from defense versus the steal, going back on the offensive side of the ball, or just taking advantage when they had the opportunity, the Spartans were able to be victorious today by that hustle.
You look at the second half, and Chowan really hit a lot of shots from downtown, 7 of 12 from distance, and that was really the reason why they stayed in the ball game.
Definitely. And you have to give credit to Lynch. I mean, she got a hot spot on that floor and was going down the court and just shooting those threes, and she got a hot spot. But the Spartans, they did do a good job at keying in on that, and we saw some great defensive play and them putting that pressure on her and that allowing her to get those open shots and make those threes later on.
The Spartans in the second half shot the free throws well. That's really what the difference in the ball game. 16 of 20 from the free throw strike, and that's really how you close out ball game. And you know that Coach Clark was excited about that.
Definitely, and you saw it later on in the game. Chowan tried to put the pressure on the Spartans, tried to force them to the free throw line, and every time they were forced to the free throw line, they capitalized on those free throw shots, and that was big for the Spartans today in their victory. Speaking
of playing big for the Spartans has been Rachel Gordon over the last couple of weeks. Another double-digit rebounding game for you, Rachel. I know you're excited just to get off that losing streak.
Yeah, it feels good. Even though they were like a Division II team, we knew they were a good team. They're scrappy, but we came out on top by rebounding and getting loose balls and making our free throws and everything.
One of the things that we talked about earlier in the season was just putting the game together, and tonight you did a good job of that. 3 players in double figures led by Ava Parham, 17, but you also did a good job of putting together a full game, defense, offensively, as well as hitting the boards.
Yeah, since we had lost like 2 key players, I think it was real good that we had Ava and Cash and Ebony step up and score when we needed them to and get the stops when we needed them to.
And Gordon, going into the locker room, coming out in the second half, what were some of the things that you all that was going through your minds coming out in the second half? Because like I said, you all did, you were down in the second half of the game, but I just saw this spark of energy come out of you collectively as a team, and you all were just able to just pick the energy up and keep that momentum going all the way out to the end of the game to come out with the victory. What were some of the things that was being said in the locker room and you all's mindset coming back out into that second half?
Well, the main thing was to protect the ball, not turnover, because we had 12 turnovers in the first half, and then also the fact we wanted to get off the losing streak and go into the break with some momentum for when we go to our Christmas tournament.
Our defensive player of the game tonight is Rachel Gordon. Ended up again with 10 rebounds. First of all, you didn't play much in the first half due to foul trouble. What are some of the keys for you, because you have been known as one of the best rebounders in this conference now for the last couple of years? What is one of the keys to you for getting on the boards?
Mainly box out. If I box out and get as many rebounds as I want, but just go hard, be aggressive, snatch the ball out there. Stuff I've been doing since I started basketball.
And just from the all-around tempo of the game, how did you feel about you all's tempo today? Like I said, it was a lot of energy on both sides of the ball, and I really saw you all being real physical today. Do you feel like the refs really just let you all play today, or do you feel like it's just another game? Or to me, it looked like you all really just got to play the game out, and the refs didn't decide the game for you today.
Yeah, there was it was real scrappy, but it was fun. I like when it's scrappy like that. At least it's even on both sides.
Last game before the Spartans go into the University of Virginia tournament, I know you're happy to go into that tournament with the win.
Yeah, that's the main thing, just to have that momentum so that when we come back from the break and we're ready to practice and ready to get a few more wins before we get into conference play.
The Spartans now improved to 2-8. We thank you, Rachel, for stopping by on NSUSpartans.com.
Thank you.
Again, tonight, Rachel with a solid night, 6 points, 10 rebounds, another double-digit rebounding game for her. But more importantly, the Spartans with the victory over Chowan tonight, 60-56. And the Spartans now improved to 2-8 before they travel up to Charlottesville to take on the University of Virginia after the break. That's on the 28th of this month in December up at John Paul Jones Arena in the University of Virginia tournament. For Miguel Davis, I'm Ross Gordon. We thank you for watching NSUSpartans.com. The Spartans victorious, 60-56 over Chowan.